There are lots and lots of stretchy knit fabrics on the market that we don't buy, and that's because we don't know what to use them for. Today, let me share with you how I made this ready-made turtleneck top using a rib knit fabric, which you can wear during these cold weather seasons. If this is something you'd love to learn, do stick and stay and let's do it together. Before we'd be able to sew this, we first would have to get our measurement. The shoulder to shoulder is 17 and a half. The chest is 42. Tummy 36. A round arm or the bicep, that's 13. The shoulder to waist is 18. The length is 29. And the sleeve length is 23. But for this, we are calculating 10% of all the horizontal measurements. This is because the fabric stretches. And so for stretchy fabrics, you may calculate 5%, 10%, depending on the stretch. Because this stretches so much, we are doing 10% of all the horizontal measurement. And so the shoulder to shoulder, which was 17 and a half, when we calculate 10% of this, it's just going to be 1.75. And so we subtract the 1.75 from the 17.5, and then we're going to get 15.75. That is 15 and 3/4. Then we go to 42 inches. 10% of 42 will give us 4.2. Then we subtract the 4.2 from 42, and then we would have 37.8. We can round this up and do 38. The tummy is 36. 10% of 36 gives us 3.6. So 3.6 subtracting from 36 will give us 32.4. Or we can do 32.5. That is 32 and a half. Then when we go to the round arm measurement, that's also a horizontal measurement. It was 13 minus 1.3, which is the 10%, will then give us 11.7. That is 11 and 3/4 approximately. When it comes to the shoulder to waist, the shirt length, the sleeve length, because these are vertical measurements, we will not calculate any 10% of them. Now, we are going to divide further the chest measurement by 4, and whatever we get, that is what we are going to fold this fabric by. We'll draw a line at the top here to represent our starting line. Then we mark our 29 inches, which is the length, plus our 1/4 inch seam allowance. So 29 and 1/4. Then we add our 1 inch hem allowance to it. The shoulder to shoulder is 15 3/4. 15 3/4 divided by 2, 778. And so we'll mark it here. We'll then do 2 inches shoulder slope. We are marking 3 inches as our neck width. Then we connect the neck width to the shoulder slope. From the shoulder slope, we will divide our round arm measurement by 2 plus 1/2 inch ease. Our round arm measurement is 11 and 3/4. 11 and 3/4 divided by 2 would give us 5 and 7/8. With the 5 and 7/8, we add 1/2 inch ease to it, which will then be 6 3/8. And so we'll mark 6 3/8 from the shoulder slope downwards. At this point, we divide our chest measurement by 4. And so the chest is 38 divided by 4 gives us 9 and a half. From the shoulder to the waist, we had 18 inches. And so we add the 1/4 seam allowance to it to have 18 and 1/4. The hip line will fall 6 inches below this waistline. This is standard practice for males. On the waistline, we're going to divide the waist measurement, which is 32.5 by 4, and mark here. 32.5 divided by 4 will give us 818. Then at this part, we still input our chest measurement. Then we connect the dots. We will mark our armhole, connecting this point to the chest measurement divided by 4. This being the back pattern, we'll mark 3/4 of an inch. We'll go ahead and cut this out. Bear in mind that our concentration is on two things: how to cut a stretchy fabric and also how to fix the turtleneck. And so if you have any other method through which you cut the bodice, you can use that, and then we move with fixing the turtleneck. We'll use this same pattern to also cut the front pattern. For the front neck depth, we'll move further downwards by 3 inches. Then we refine our neckline. For the front armhole, we also need to taper in by about 1/4 of an inch. Then we cut them off. To be able to cut the sleeve, we first need to know our armhole length. We're getting 8 inches. The arm depth we had was 6 3/8, and the armhole, as we have just measured, was 8 inches. And so we would use the arm depth, which is 6 3/8, to fold our fabric. Then we measure the length of our sleeve, which is 23 inches. And so 23 plus 1/4 will give us 23 1/4. And then we add 1 inch hem allowance to it too. From this very side, we move inward by 5 inches. This is standard. Then we connect this to that very point in an S-like shape. We have to measure the distance to see if we get 8 inches or more. And so by measuring this, we get 8.5, which means it's okay. We measure 4 inches for the wrist. This is because the fabric stretches. Cut another piece. For the turtleneck, my actual neck circumference is 16 inches. When I measure from this all the way to this part, I get 9 inches, which is 18. The average head circumference is between 22 to 25. And so we want to make sure that this neck would be able to stretch to accommodate a 22 to 25 inches head circumference, and also ensure that I'll still get the 16 inches neck circumference so that it wouldn't be that loose on the neck as well. And so what you're going to do is that we'll use the 16 inches to rather cut the turtleneck, making sure that we add just about 1/4 inch to it. We want the whole neck to be 3 inches, and so we'll cut 6 inches so that we'll be able to fold it into two. We'll then move to our sewing machine. We stitch our shoulders good size together. I'm allowing the fabric to stretch as much as it could so that when it stretches it wouldn't break the thread. After joining our shoulders, we'll fix our sleeve. Next, we are to hem our sleeve. Because I do not have a lock stick machine to be able to stitch this, that's why I'm using the hem tape. And bear in mind, this is a knit fabric, it wouldn't free off, even if you don't knit in the edges. As you can see, this is neatly hemmed. We move on and join our side seams. Because we did not actually add any seam allowance to it, we'll just stitch 1/4 inch all along the seam line. Right, so we're just going ahead to stitch this. Then repeat same for the other side. I will come back to continue. We'll create a notch at the center front and at the center back. Then we'll do same for our neck. This is where the stitch was. We're going to create a notch at the other side, that's the opposite side. We're going to match this notch against the center front, then the other on the other side. Then we stitch our neckline in place. I'm pulling the two fabrics because I don't want the thread to break. Even though the turtleneck is smaller than the neck hole, just by pulling it a little makes the two the same.